What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are joined by a special guest joining us all the way from Dubai. Welcome in, Huss. Huss, baby.
Hi, brother. How you been, Sebastian? How you been, man?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. Thanks for coming
How you
on.
been, cuz? Brother, you've asked me a couple of times, you know what I mean? I feel bad, you know what I mean? Like, you've told me a few times to come on, and every time, obviously, you know, my journey has been crazy. You know, I've gone from Australia to the Bali, and you asked me at Bali, and I said, yeah, let's do it. Bali probably would have been the best time, huh? So, you know, then we went to Germany, then I went, what, 10 hours back or 12 hours back? So it was, I said, bro, I always keep my promises, bro. Let's just say that.
Nah, appreciate you coming on. And yeah, how is it over there in Dubai, man? Fuck, weather looks great. It looks great over there.
Brother, I'll tell you one thing, honest truth. You know, they say come to Habibi, come to Dubai.
Mm,
Brother, yes, Habibi, come to Dubai is a good terminology, but over here is just something different. It's just the atmosphere. It's just amplified by 10 notches. Let's just say that, bro. Is is not you can be with you can drive a G63 or a Lamborghini, whatever you want, but you can also be just a simple person that goes on with your day, makes your money, eats Nando's, stays at a nice hotel or a villa or whatever. It just depends on what you want. You don't have to
yeah,
crank it. Some boys are coming here and they're cranking it and they're amplifying it by 20. And some people like myself is just coming here, doing their thing, just like a normal person, having a swim. You can see the place, nice view. Beautiful, brother. Beautiful.
no, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Brother, just give us a bit of an introduction about yourself for all my viewers and for the people on YouTube who sort of don't know who you are. Just a brief rundown, man.
Sorry, is that all right if I was agree? Because I know, because I know on TikTok they fucking give you a strike or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah.
No, you're
Well,
right, man. Go for it. This is
well, bro.
uncensored here, so go hard,
Well,
man.
bro. You know what? Cause you know what? Like, obviously, you know, people think, you know, everything. I don't know what to say. Where do you want me to start from, bro? You tell me where you want me to start from, and I'll start from there.
So start off with just a brief introduction on your childhood, man. So whereabouts were you born?
So I was born in an area called Kabul. I was, in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is in the east of Asia, obviously next to China, fucking Iran, where the war is and everything like that going on at the moment. Obviously, everyone knows Afghanistan as I've just always been in war, always been in ruin. But the people in Afghanistan, bro, they straight up soldiers. And you know, like I said to you, bro, the Afghans are the heavy hitters, brother. You know what I mean? Like I've said that to you. We've gone through a lot. We've gone through everything thrown at us possible. So here at Dubai, when the first thing I heard was there's a war going on, I go, which war are you referring to? Because we've seen war, and this is not war. You know what I mean? It's just something going on at the moment. And bro, it's as anyone who's raised up in Afghanistan, where they're obviously, if their parents have seen, they'll tell you that they see fucked up. It's gone. It's like it's just ruined. You know what I mean? So from there, bro, I came into Australia, and bro, you know what, bro? It's just ever since from that, what do you want me to say? Like what security, what jobs I've done, and stuff like that.
No, so all right. So you were born in Afghanistan. So you were there throughout the war.
Pretty much, yeah, bro. Throughout it was the civil war that was going on at the moment. So it was the it wasn't with the Russians. Obviously, I was too young for that, but it was with the Americans, and the Americans left, and then it was the civil war that was going on at the moment.
Okay, and how old were you when you came over to Australia?
Because it was like you just see buildings in ruin. What you see, like what you see in Gaza, that's what you see, cuz that's how
Yeah.
Afghanistan was during that period. It's just I remember I wanted my toy so badly. I've never told you this. I remember I wanted my toy. It was a toy that my mum got me. And cuz I remember looking for it while fucking bombs were exploding and my mum was dragging my hand out that we gotta leave, we gotta leave. And as a fucking 4-year-old kid, I still remember it walking in the night with explosions. And you couldn't say explosions were in the far. You just see the buildings just rattle. The floor behind you, just the floor that you step on. That's how a bomb is, cuz. That's what a bomb feels like. It's just an explosion and you feel so weak. You see, it's a time where you can just shit yourself because you've lost all control of whatever you have.
Sounds intense, man. Sorry to hear that. And
It is what it is, cuz, you know what I mean? Like I've said to you,
so then, yeah, so then you guys sort of migrated over to Australia.
yeah, correct, bro. We came into Australia in the good times of John Howard, 1997. I believe he was in power. You know, he was running the country, which was a good time. My father was already here. I came with my brothers and my sister, 4 boys, 1 girl. We migrated. The only way to migrate from Afghanistan is go to Pakistan, staying there. We were in Islamabad, which is a pretty gangster area. Everyone knows Islamabad, pretty heavy and stuff like that. And I remember Islamabad very bad, very good for its name, because in Islamabad, in Pakistan, it's very common for them to kidnap kids. It happens a lot. And I was first experienced that where they try to kidnap my little brother in Islamabad, and how they kidnap you is a Muslim lady with burqa would tell you, come, and this is exactly I quote you exactly as I remember it. Come. Your dad wants to talk to you. And we remember as a kid that we haven't seen our dad for years. He's in Australia. So we knew this was something from the inside of the circle. And we'll touch base with you. What I mean by this inside of the circle is that someone must have given information out, whoever my mum had spoken to, that these guys are going to Australia. They've got a dad there. And we as kids, we're downstairs playing kites or whatever we're playing at that time. And me as a 4-year-old, my little brother was going to get kidnapped by a burqa lady with 2-3 other guys. If I didn't have run upstairs, grabbed my uncle and brought him down to basically save my brother. And the effect of that is that if my brother had got kidnapped, there was no possible way in a country of Islamabad that you could have got your family members back.
Yes, I understand.
At that time, we're going back in the 90s.
Okay, so you sort of got through that period and then you came over to Australia. Sydney, I believe. Sydney.
No, I went to Canberra. Then from
Canberra.
Canberra, we went to Sydney. Canberra's a shithole, as you know. Sydney we came to Sydney, we stayed at North Parramatta. We stayed there in the Ryde area, and pretty much from there, I've pretty much been always, whether it's Ryde or Parramatta, and I pretty much got raised up in the areas of Ermington, if you know Ermington. When I first met my partner during that time, we moved to an area called Marylands. So that's when life really took off for me in Marylands.
Yeah, Marylands has quite a hefty reputation, doesn't it, there, big fella?
It does, bro. It does. You know what I mean? Marylands, you know that's where the heavy hitters are, cuz.
The heavy hitters, cousin, huh?
I was in Marylands for a while, stayed there for, quite some time, probably 10 years. And I always said to myself, as being in Marylands, you meet everyone, cuz. You meet everyone. You know what I mean? And I did meet everyone, to be honest with you. And I've told you that before. And, you see a lot of stuff going on. You see drugs. You see people going the wrong way. I was never amused to it. Never. Because a person from Afghanistan who's struggled through the war, has struggled through all this stuff to get to Australia, which is one of the safe haven for anyone around the world to come to Australia, why would I get myself involved in that racket? But doesn't mean that you don't get interested in the racket or look at it with what's the word, with some kind of inspiration that people think at during that time of 22, 25, 26, 27. But there's two type of people in this world. There's leaders and there's followers. I'll never forget that. I've always said to myself, either you're a leader or you're a follower. A follower is someone they don't know who they are in the inside, and they need more credentials and stripes to know what they want to be or who they want to be. A leader is a guy who gets up on his 2 foot, gets up, grinds 15 hours a day for $150, $200 during that time. You know what I mean? Not only I was married at that time at the age of 18, not only my wife at that time was pregnant, not only did I buy my first house, not only was I doing security on the weekends, not only was I a personal trainer during after university hours, not only did I do sell steroids to make ends meet as well, I hustled. And whatever you do in life, whatever you do, whatever it is, having a hustler's ambition will take you way further than any book ever has.
Yes, yes. So tell me a little bit more about security. So you were a bouncer, I believe, at a nightclub in King's Cross for
So I started security at North Parramatta called Roxy Hotel with a lot of the boys that you know, Charlie Brown and a lot of the other names as well during that period. During that period when I was in Roxy Hotel, it was cranking. Parramatta was cranking. So we had Albion Hotel and we had Roxy Hotel. Obviously with a lot of boys, some of the Syrian Kings as well, Hugo and all them, they're all during that time. And they left that during that time and I came in a bit late. Then from there, obviously, Parramatta got shut down by the police as usual with all the, you know, the racket and stuff that was going on during that time, which, you know, it's the law and whatever. Sydney is, New South Wales is a nanny state. I moved on to the Cross and I landed on a job called, it was Trademark Hotel. And a lot of boys will know Trademark Hotel. It was right next to Piano Room, which was opposite of fucking Fishbowl or Goldfish or during that, one of the other hotels. Around the corner was Dragonfly as well. Obviously, a lot of boys know about that. And then you had DC's at Oxford Street. So it was during that time where it was the club scene was absolutely on fire. It was fucking crazy. So I landed, on a club, one of the clubs that obviously everyone knows, John Abraham had multiple of the, I don't know whether it was he had the clubs and stuff like that. And the other boys used to manage it and stuff. So I done security there.
Okay, and how was that for you? You sort of would have seen a lot of violence, or you had to sort of stop a lot of violence, or
I think Johnny's club, no, the patrons were very respectful. I think the most amount of violence I seen was any club that there wasn't an influencer involved, where, like, obviously, like a name, John Abraham, you get a lot of respect working at his clubs, at his sites. So that kind of racket would never go on. It wouldn't be respected or stuff like that. So I worked at, when I realized that is when I worked at Roxy Hotel, where, I don't know who owned it, but during that time there was a lot of fights. And that's where at that time where Roxy Hotel was just it was just too much, because there did not go a night where I did not have to bring 2 shirts and and my extra shirt underneath it and a singlet underneath that, just in case. Shirts will get ripped, buttons will get ripped. But one thing that taught me about security is respect. How respect works is not about how many people you hit. It's about how you talk to people, how you engage with people. I know you're probably thinking to say, it's not about how many times you hit, it's about how many times you get hit and keep going. No, it wasn't like that.
And keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward. No, not at all. It was more in the sense of what I got taught in security compared to anything else is that Being big does not mean shit.
Okay.
Being a big cunt does not mean shit. Knowing how to fight does not mean shit. Because I saw people get stabbed. I saw fights fucking go for months. This cunt after the club. We're talking normal daytime. Like punch-ons are still going on. The guys fucking have to lay low. His car's fucking, he can't go anywhere. He has to lay low. He comes in security. He has to be inside. He couldn't go outside because in case the club got shot. You know what I mean? You see that shit. What I was taught when security, and I got taught this by all the old school guys, it's how you talk. It's how you give respect. And that for me, when I learned that in the early years, because I started security with a fake security license at the age of 16.
Wow.
So I was 16 years old. I made a fake security license because at that time, if I was going to do, I was pretty tall, I was on steroids, I was jacked up, and all I wanted to do was make money. And I didn't give a fuck how I had to do it. I had to make money. And if it was a small law that I broke, which was copying a license or whatever, let it be. But you know, alhamdulillah, for my thing, never got caught, never had any issues with it, whatever. But it was good rate. The rate was $30 an hour back. And I'm going back to you at 2004. So it's a pretty good rate. It's a very good rate back then. So, and when I got myself in there, after obviously that, I got my security license. I applied for it. I got it, which was no issues. You know what I mean? And then, yeah. And then from there, I started working security a lot, like always, all around King's Cross.
Beautiful, man. Thanks for sharing that, big fella there. But obviously now, you know, most people that know you is through your TikTok page, Aussie 4x4, which you've gone pretty viral, moving a lot of product, not the other product, the
Guys, you know what, bro? I'll be honest here. Brother, everyone says I'm a fucking, I moved this. I had to stop someone the other day. I said to him, what have they said now? They said, oh, you apparently you own a brothel.
Oh shit.
Like, I hear so many stories, but look, end of the day, everything says something. But I've always said, of course, people are gonna talk shit. People talk shit about the person that is the most beloved person after our prophet, which is Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? If they talk shit about Jesus Christ, who the fuck am I for them to not to talk shit?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So I'm nobody. And by the haters, if you participate with the haters and you sit down with the haters, this is the negative you let in. You don't want to allow anything like that to come inside your temple. You always have to know you are a temple and you're worth money. If you are worth money, would you allow a shit person to be with you in the same car? You wouldn't. Would you walk around with a shit bag? Like a bag that you've shit? You wouldn't, would you? So why would you allow anyone to talk to them and talk shit about you? What you do with something like that is like, oh, is that the new thing? All right, no, see you, brother. I got to go. I got 100 things to do. And I do that all the time. Anyone who, I'm at the age, bro, where I'm 38 years old, right? I don't let anyone talk shit about me. I don't let anyone not talk shit about me. I don't let anyone talk to me and tell me something shit. I just simply just hang up on them and just block them.
Okay, so I understand that, man, and I guess you've lived through all walks of life, coming from Afghanistan through to Sydney, Maryland's King's Cross. So that's fair enough, man. And tell us now about this journey you've been on with Aussie 4x4, because it looks like you're quite successful and you've got plenty of happy clients and you've got unbeatable prices, and you're doing great, mate. It's really good to see.
Guys, look, we opened up Aussie 4x4. I transitioned from security and I was buying a lot of cars during that time. When you see an opportunity land on your fucking door, don't question it. If you're a pussy cunt, question it. But if an opportunity lands on your door, investigate it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I don't mean by not check it out, not do your job. But when you get an opportunity land on your door, and that's exactly what happened with Aussie 4x4. All it was I was doing cars and I was buying stock from everywhere, all over Australia. I was like, fuck, this is shit. I'm getting charged extra. I have to always negotiate. It's never in stock. And at that time, where everyone's doing Hiluxes, everyone till now, they still remember me for it. We're doing Hiluxes, we're jacking them up, bull bars, side steps, and we're flipping them. And we're making good money, bro. We're making anywhere between $5,000 to fucking 20 grand on a car, per car. So that kind of money, legit money, is amazing. It's pure profit, very, clean money, no issues whatsoever. And I got Aussie 4x4 landed on me. Basically was that the parts were getting too hard to get. The market was very tight at that time. There was too many players doing it, but the stock was never there. So I said to myself, fuck, how do I want to get this stock. How can I do it? Contacted a guy on eBay. I said, hey, bro, can I meet up with you? He goes, yeah, bro, come to Carlingford. I went up to Carlingford. It was a couple of Russian blokes. He said, bro, we're giving it up. Why don't you bring your own containers? I've never ever left Australia to get containers. I've always never ever had to. I do everything on the phone. I've ordered it and that's it. You know what I mean? No issues. All I done was I seen that it wasn't that hard. So I asked a few contacts. I searched the suppliers up on the phone. And the next thing was my first container landed in. I pulled it out. I started using it. Then the area knew that this guy's got containers. He's got stock. So my house in Maryland's on Greystanes on Cumberland Highway, it started getting fucking flooded. Customers were coming in. Cops were watching me thinking I'm running a fucking drug deal. And I still remember till this day, cops were hanging outside my house and they were like, what are you doing in there? What do you do? So I said, come inside, have a look. He came in and he looked, he goes, fuck. He goes, is that what you do? I go, bro, I build cars and I sell parts. He goes, are these second hand? I go, no, they're all brand new. I buy them from China. He goes, wow. He stayed there for another 2 weeks or a month and he left. Know what I mean? So until this day, I still remember, this is what I'm saying to you. People always talk shit. I remember someone telling me that the police still don't believe that you, as a Muslim Arab guy, how you got yourself to that level of, how you got yourself that successful without doing illegal things does not make sense. So his assumption was that I'm bringing drugs into Australia with the container. And I tell you not, do you know how many of my containers that open? Many of them. And not one thing they found in there that was illegal.
Yeah, because at a time there was a time where I think it was Brothers for Life was opened. I'm not sure if it was a Blackdown chapter. I'm not too
That's right.
familiar with
That's
Sydney,
right. It
but
was.
there was a lot of Afghans that were being recruited at
Correct.
the time.
That was, yeah.
So police probably just stereotype and throw you in the mix thinking that you are a part of organised crime networks. Well, in
Look, when it
hindsight,
comes to Australia, sorry, go.
where in hindsight, you're running a legitimate enterprise where you're moving heavy duty product for, Australian vehicles.
100%. You know what? Like I said to you, like every Arab knows, you know what I mean? Like I said to you, the police have a job to do. Everyone respects that. You know what I mean? I've never had a problem with the police ever. I've never had issues with them. They got their job to do. I respect that. I've never had a problem with, any reinforcements or enforcements, whatever they call themselves. I had a problem with them. Even till now, I remember when I was at the Easter show, the police came up and they said, I made a thing I was saying about something about like we were selling pallet racking. And we still do on our website, Aussie4x4.com.au, Aussie4x4Australia.com.au. And I remember riot police coming up to me and going, Huss, where's the rack? I was fucking gobsmacked. I was like, and I'm there with my son. What the fuck? And he's like, and he goes, nah, bro. He goes, your TikToks. I'm like, fuck. What the fuck is this guy thinking, you know? So, yeah, there was Afghans getting recruited, a lot of them. And you know what I mean? Like I said to you, everyone knows Afghans are still getting recruited. And you know, it's one of those things where I've always questioned myself, wonder why are you guys recruiting? Why is everyone so want to recruit Afghans and why is Afghans even doing it? But it comes down to one thing, bro. I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm not trying to say anything, but Afghans are very loyal. You got to remember that. And their loyalty goes past not all of us, but majority of us. We're very loyal people, and when we trust you, we trust you. But when you fuck that trust, but it's deep. It hurts. And it's not one of those hurts that it's not one of those things where it hurts and we let it go. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where we want revenge. And you know what I mean? And whenever anyone's kind of, you know, I've always, you know, looked at it in a way, in a positive way, is that the only reason why a lot of they recruit Afghans or anyone that's, you know, for
Sorry, guys, just technical difficulties and technical issues from their side over in Dubai. They've got extreme weather conditions with the heat of temperatures reaching up as high as 55 to 60 degrees. So appreciate your patience, and we will be getting him back on. We'll go for about another 10-15 minutes and then wrap it up. Hope you guys are enjoying the content so far for the interview.
sorry, bro, fucking let's just say the phone just got too hot, bro.
No, you're right, bro. You're right.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those hot situations, hot topics that you're starting to bring up. You know what I mean?
Beautiful, man. The recording is still going, so just a few technical issues. His iPad was getting quite hot. Obviously, severe temperature, severe weather conditions in Dubai. But yeah, man. So obviously, you're saying that Afghans are quite loyal, and a lot of them are getting recruited, and they continue to be recruited, especially by organised crime networks. And you know, once you cross them, there is some severe consequences that you will pay. Um, Run us through it, man. They're pretty heavy hitters, aren't they?
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, like I've said to you, you know what I mean? Like it's that like it has landed on me before. You know what I mean? To join certain groups, but you know what, bro? It's my loyalty has always been with my family. My loyalty has been always with, you know, following the laws, respecting the laws. You know what I mean? Because crime doesn't pay cuts. That's the truth. And this one thing is go out to the youth is that every man has a road to take. If you choose to take the road of crime, it'll catch up onto you. There's no smart criminal, bro. There's no such thing as a smart criminal or a smooth criminal. Every criminal they pay their time. Whether they loses family members, stress, anxiety, suicide, killed, or jailed. Crime doesn't pay cuz. And a person who's, you know what I mean? Like I said to you, is either you're a follower or a leader. And you know inside yourself what you want to be. If you want to be a businessman and you want to make legit money, please do it. Who's stopping you? If you want to drive a fast car, just remember that's temporary. If you want to get girls, it's temporary. If you want to do drugs, it's all temporary stuff. It's all in and outs. Everyone goes through that phase in and out and get back on the journey on the real life. There's no such thing as, you know, being in a crime and thinking for so long. I've seen people there, bro. They're paranoid as shit. To the point that they start becoming sloppy because they feel like they're untouchable. It feels better to be untouchable doing a business transaction, a legitimate, opening up a business, doing your marketing, getting your customers, doing things the right way, fixing problems, customer issues. That's what a man does. That's the hard work. That's the stuff that fucking no one will tell you about, cuz. Everyone will tell you, yeah, bro, this lad, 1, 2, 3, yeah, I've done this, I've done that, I've spent fucking 10 years in Parkley, I've spent 15 years. What's that? Like, what's that, cuz? You left your 3 kids and fucking out there with your wife. What? So you done a couple of hits? Like, bro, how's that real? Know what I mean? I believe, bro, when you also do that, you got to remember one thing is that will those boys be around? Will those boys stick it out with you? Are they going to do the time? Because they're probably on there talking to your missus. They're probably there talking to fucking, you know what I mean? God knows what. And bro, crime doesn't mean just it doesn't pay by you getting you in jail. It also means that you go down the road of drugs, just you'll ruin yourself. That like Wu-Tang where good and evil can't mix. You can't mix good and evil together. It does not work. You can't be, like I've always said, you can't be a gangster and run a business because they're customers. They're coming in for loyal things. You can't have that mentality as like, yeah, fuck that or fuck him. I'm not going to do that. No, but sometimes that when people do get on your nerves, you feel like to be a gangster. You feel like to do something, but you can't. And the laws of Australia, bro, they're tight. You do one thing, one message or one wrong said thing. Whenever I've done it, the only thing that's taught me one thing in security. Whenever you threaten someone, whenever you want to talk to someone, make sure there's a camera behind you. And that's for you. Just in case words get twisted. Because there's nothing but snitches and dogs out there, bro. That's the truth. And there's no such thing as mates. This does not exist. There's no such thing as friends. There's no such thing as loyalty. It does not exist. The only person that has your back ever is God and your mum. That's it. That's fucking point blank it.
Now, when you say this, are you referring to the underworld or are you referring to life in general?
Life in general, bro. Life in general. Because anyone who has life in general also knows the underworld and also knows how the underworld is. And the underworld, cuz, there's no safety. Anything that happens, whatever that happens, will always happen majority of the time from someone selling you out, from someone envying you. Your own boys will envy you. The guy that you get coffee with, that you've known for 10, 15 years, envies your C63, your G63, your Hilux, your Mazda, whatever the fuck you drive. You think you're worried about the guy that you think you're worried about the guys that don't like you. The guys that don't like you, the good thing about them is they know the rules. If they want to get you, they'll get you. But your circle will always be the number one rule that will betray you. It will always be your worker, your staff, your partner. They're always the one that will sell you out. Your boys.
Why do you think that is?
Because envy. No one's happy for anyone. No one's happy for anyone, brother. Brothers are not happy for brothers. Sisters are not happy for sisters. Cousins are not happy for cousins. Don't even go up to fucking the underworld. Underworld's another whole level, cuz. It's a whole new chapter.
We were speaking a little bit off camera in relation to, I know we're getting a bit off topic here, but we were speaking off camera in relation to some of these brutal knocks that have happened in Sydney. And
we can't talk about that, you know what I mean? We're gonna get pumped on this, bro. You know what I mean? The boys are gonna fucking hate me for this shit. Yeah.
And you mentioned that a lot of these guys get set up, they get rubbed up on, come train with us, come drink coffee. They hang out with you for a couple of weeks before they put something in you.
They jump
So
on your head, yeah. So, because you're talking about, it's again what we said about is setups. So your setups will always be from your circle. You know what I mean? Your circle will set you up, whether that's your partner, whether that's your wife, whether that's your brother, whether that's your cousin. Because I'll tell you how our setup works. You'll get a phone call saying, "Hey, bro, where are you?" And you're like, "Hi, cuz. I just talked to you a couple of days ago." And you won't think of anything of it because this person's been with you the whole time. You're either married to them, you're either with them, you either have relationship with them, or whether they're your co-e, right? And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? 2 weeks later, something else doesn't line up. But you're way too far in. You're too deep. You put a couple of drinks in there. You put a couple of deals in there. You put a couple of problems in there. And if you're not too cluey, if you're not too switched on, which it's hard not to be switched on because I'm telling you, that's not me. I'm not switched on. So, you know, because I'm always thinking everyone's good, everyone's honest. It was one of my mates that told me, cuz no one is happy for you. No one. And bro, they'll hang out with you, they'll go out with you, they'll eat with you. But when the time is over and the job has to be done, it's done. So the point is, don't let anyone in your circle and don't let anyone out of your circle. So the people that you let in your circle, if you've already seen signs, get the fuck away from as soon as possible. And that doesn't mean to people who are doing the wrong thing or whatever. I'm not talking about thinger. I'm talking just in general. Now, you believe in the evil eye and all that kind of stuff. Let's put that shit aside. I'm talking you in general. If someone, like, bro, you will do your head in to know everyone's, what's the fucking word? You will drive yourself insane to know why. The answer is, don't ask why. Ask why later. First, why the fuck did you let that person in? You see, I go on, because I've always been alone. I never let anyone come near me, sit with me, talk with me. I periodly don't want mates. I don't want friends. And I don't give a fuck about anyone. I don't have friends, cuz. I'll respect ya. I'll say my salam. I'll say my goodbye. But I'm on my own, bro. Because your own is peace. That's peace, bro. That is everything. As soon as you let someone in your circle, shit goes down. Always. And I've been there and I've done it. Shit will always go down, bro. So it doesn't mean that it could be a setup. It could be a deal that you got going on, a legitimate deal. Maybe you're going to buy fucking, I don't know, a house or whatever. And it could be just as simple as the person envying you and not happy for you. And it just doesn't happen. But when you're referring to is, you know, the person hanging out with you, going to the gym with you, and, you know, getting to know you and setting you up, that's more the underworld. That's more the underworld. Yeah. In some instances, there's also people that envy that much that if they see something they like and they want it, and that other person knows you too, and they got it in for you. So this cunt's got it in for you, and that flop's got it in for you, right? So they're both clowns, and they both got their own amusement park, circus, right? And you trust both. You're friends with this clown A, but you don't know clown B. But clown B has got an interest now in clown A, and their interest now is you. How to fuck you. How to target you. How to ruin you. Whether that's reputation, whether that's money, whether that's finance, whether that's capital, whether that's assets. And that's what always goes to rule one. When you meet one clown, there's multiple other clowns around that clown.
True. It's a
So keep
valid
your
point.
circle, keep your circle tight, and don't sit there and cuz and this and that and tell me this guy wants the best for you. And bro, you've been brothers 20 years. Brother, go the fuck up. Go the fuck up. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, cuz there's no mates. There's no such thing. I love you, Sebastian. You're a brother. But cuz I'll tell you one thing, that I respect you like any other human. I respect you. I talk to you like a brother. But if you tell me a couple of things, cuz come out with the boys, we're having a drink, I'll say, no, cuz I'm all right. And I guarantee you, when you tell me I'll be all right, I'll probably either be at the gym, sleeping, or eating, or shitting. One of those four.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just that your circle is too big. You as a person, you have to protect yourself at all costs, no matter what it is. And you can't let anyone come near that person, yourself. I'm talking about yourself.
Would you say that you've put those boundaries in place due to things that have occurred in your past?
100%. 100%. I used to be a naive guy where I used to believe that everyone's my mate. And I said to you, it was one mate of mine that told me there's no such thing. And it's true. I used to think everyone's got my best interest. Everyone, we're all Muslim. We all have each other's backs. I used to think that Muslim or Christian doesn't matter. We're all together. Because the people that are the closest to you envy you. So don't worry about, Jews and all this other religion stuff. That got nothing to do with it.
So what's
Your
one bit
own
of
brothers.
advice? So what's one bit of advice you could give to the youngsters that want to start
Because
out
if
in
there
this
was,
life, in this gangster life, or
because
join a
if there's
gang,
one
get
thing,
recruited?
look, anyone can be a gangster. Anyone. Absolutely anyone. And I know gangsters. And when I talk to gangsters that who've left, they've said, fuck, such a waste. They've lost their wife. They've lost their homes. They've lost their mum. And I was in there, bro. And I was in there. I spent 1 month in Silverwater, 2 months in Parkley, and I spent a month in Long Bay. And it was my first experience. And I thank God so much. As I thank God. And I saw coes going against each other, statements being written up. And you know who visited them? Their mums. Their mums, bro. Not their brothers, not their sisters, not their dads. Their mums, bro. Their mums had to fucking carry that burden. Because you actually thought you're a gangster. You actually thought you're a gangster. And the thing is for what? Because you got 100 grand? Because jump online, open an online business, and you'll make that in the first couple of months with the correct product, with the correct marketing. And marketing has never been so easy now. I spent 3 years, 4 years learning marketing. 3, 4 years. While now, the best form of marketing is just fucking going learning yourself from online how to do it. So you can choose a path of getting arrested, your house getting raided at 3 a.m, your wife, cops looking at your wife, cops trying to pick up your wife, social workers taking your kids, your mum's house getting raided, your reputation in the street known as a gangster, your neighbors start to move out, the community starts to look at you and frown. And a lot of boys think, bro, that, because just because you join something or a thing does not mean, it doesn't mean that you think that respect comes from that. Respect doesn't come from that. Respect comes from something that you built. Something that you built. A company, an organization, a masjid, a church, a community, a group, a soccer team, a football team, a netball team. That's where respect comes from. Respect doesn't come from because you drop a couple of kegs down the road for $500,000. Where's the respect for that, cuz? And where's the money anywhere? And how long can you drop two kegs of bags? How long? Cops have everything, cuz. There's cameras everywhere. It is the most dangerous world we live in now, whoever wants to be a criminal. But being a white-collar criminal, that's smart. That's smart.
No, you've definitely lived one hell of a life, and you've definitely seen a lot, and it's great to see you kicking goals now with your business. And so, what's the plans now, brother? You gonna stay over in Dubai? I know you were in Germany, you were in Bali, now you're in Dubai. You gonna stay there? You gonna come back to Australia? You coming back to Sydney
Guys,
or?
wallah, bro, I'll be honest here, bro. I really don't know. I'll be honest here. It just depends where I go. Eastern Europe hasn't been visited. I want to go to Africa, see how it goes over there. Make my way to Europe back again. You know what I mean? Switzerland. There's all these other countries I want to explore. Obviously, life's a journey, cuz I've spent too much time in Australia. Unfortunately, God's given me the privilege of things not working my way, which I'm very grateful for. He's put me on a path where things are a bit more better for me mentally, physically. And bro, I'm just rolling with it. You know what I mean? I'm just, going with wherever I'm going with the flow. Wherever he wants me to go, I'll go. But it's one of those things where I don't want to die in Australia. It's a beautiful country. It's my home. It's raised me. It's made me. It's who I am now. But at the same time, as I said to you, God's given me an opportunity for something and I'm taking it. And bro, when God gives you an opportunity every now and again, you fucking better take it, cuz. You better fucking take it. Because you got no idea what's going to happen to you if you don't.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Well, look, man, we appreciate your time and we appreciate you coming on, and
I
definitely
love
look
you.
forward to doing a part two with you. And I know you
Guys, you
said
just...
before that you wouldn't link up, but don't worry, man. There's no setups or anything like that or anything,
Nah,
brother.
no. We didn't mean... No, I didn't mean it that way. No. I didn't mean... Because you're on the other side of Australia. I'd love to link up with you. But I'm just saying in general, you know what I mean? In general, I've told you before, Sebastian, I love to hang out with you, have a coffee. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, is it's always good to have friends. But bro, it's good to be on a tight schedule because there is no time for fucking around. You know what I mean? And if you keep your schedule tight, cuz if people know you're on a tight schedule, it's a good thing, So it just means that you got shit in order. You really don't have time to hang out. But bro, I try to hang out with sometimes, but my times I'm hanging out is just like I'm in different hours now. I start work, and I told you this the other day. I start work at 12 p.m. here, which is your time, 8 a.m., and I finish at 1 p.m. here, which is your 6 p.m.
Yeah, well, I
Four.
know, man. It was a bit of a nightmare trying to get you on, mate.
I know, bro. I know. I love you.
But appreciate you coming on, brother, and what a story you've had to share, and hopefully a lot of the youngsters can benefit from this. And shout out to the Afghan community, the heavy hitters,
Thanks, brother.
and
You
and
just love that one, don't you?
yeah, you're gonna love the heavy hitters, cuzzy. But nah, man, looks like you're enjoying the weather there, and enjoy your training, and all the best with your business, brother. And hopefully you can excel worldwide, and hopefully we link up soon, my
100%, bro.
brother.
100%. Cuz look, I'll be honest here. Um, always try to be truth. Always speak the truth, even if it kills you. Cuz always speak the truth. Always be honest, and get anyone out of your life who's negative, bro. Always do not participate. And if you can't get away from them, leave the fucking country. That's my rule.
Fair enough, man. It was a pleasure, my brother.
I love you, bro.
Love you,
Peace
my
out.
brother.
Keep it hard for the heavy hitters, yeah? All right, bro. I love you. I'll speak to
I'll
you.
speak to you, cuz. All the best. Thanks for your time.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Bye. You too.
See you,
Bye.
cuz. All right, guys. That was the interview with the brother Huss. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we look forward to your company again. Until next time, bye for now.